Hello! Wow, hello, hello. Oh my god, I'm loud. I hope. Wait, can you? I'm gonna mute myself on. I can hear you guys.
Hello.
And I can see you. You can't see. Oh yeah, actually, wait, you can't see me. But I can also see you. Yes, you waving. Hello, hello. Welcome. How is everyone today? How is everyone enjoying OffKai? Also, I can't hear you because I did the thing. But if you're enjoying OffKai, raise your hands. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Hopefully I can say. Can I say cuss words in this? Okay, I'll try not to. But anyways, large disclaimer in the spirit of this zero-cost VTubing panel. I may not be using my computer or setup to stream this. So I'm using like a webcam. Usually you use like something else. So the tracking is a little weird. So if my eyes are bugging out, I'm sorry. I'm not usually like that. Okay. Oh, I can cuss. Okay, perfect. Also, in the spirit of this budget panel, and totally not because I procrastinated, a lot of this stuff was made at the convention itself using like my shitty computer. Didn't really have any paid programs on it, so there might be some scuff with the quality of the sound and the talking and everything. Yeah, I've been split. But, oh, speaking of sound, can you hear this? Can you hear it? If you can hear it, you can both raise your hand. Can you do that? Or is it monitor off? Oh, just my voice. Okay. How about, okay. All right, let's try this, because this is gonna be a little bit, okay, how about this? Yeah, the stuff has begun. How about monitor and output, perhaps? How about this? How about this?
You got it.
Can you hear it now? Perfect. Okay, you might have to do that a little bit for some of the things on this. I need to change some of the sounds, but we'll do that anyways. Cool. We can start. Okay, so welcome to the zero cost VTubing panel. This is like. There's a lot of people here, which means some of you came with expectations. So that's I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. This is a pretty large topic, so I guess I'll just start off with the question: zero cost VTubing, should you do it? And as you probably figured, no. So this panel is not really going to be me advising people to VTube without spending a single penny, because like, I don't know, there's things that are just more convenient and worth it to pay for. But I am here to tell you that it is entirely possible to VTube without spending a single penny. And after all, like VTubing is pretty much an exponentially growing medium that is like sort of commonly misconceptualized as something you need to spend thousands on. I mean, but to be fair, if we look at professional rigs, you'll see that a simple model rig can cost like thousands of dollars. I've heard that there is like, it can go up towards to like $15,000 for just the rig, or at least one rig was like that. So that's pretty big, and that's not including the setup, getting a good microphone, like a Go XLR mixer. And a bunch of, all the streaming stuff. So it can be pretty overwhelming, especially if you have like an unhealthy gotcha addiction or something. But a medium like this shouldn't and isn't actually gated by money. So no, I don't really think you should not spend any money, but you can. And in fact, you don't need thousands of dollars. In fact, if you wanted to break down the VTuber creation process to its bare minimum, the process of making a VTuber only requires like these simple things. You need a thing you can stream on, like a computer or phone. Oh my gosh, I just realized that okay, wait, actually, you guys don't mind the freaking this, yeah, you don't mind this, okay. I guess like, okay, so a thing you can stream on like a computer or phone, a network to stream on like wired or wireless, pain and suffering, and a way to communicate, which isn't just limited to voice. We've had like YouTubers with like text to speech and stuff like that. But with those, you can make a VTuber. So, also, I forgot to mention, if you are on the OffKai Expo the Discord, you can like ask questions or yell at me and stuff like that. I think Mari went over that, but yeah, just to reiterate. So, what is the point of this channel? The joys of zero cost VTubing or whatever. I don't remember what the exact title was, but to be honest, I don't know. There are too many topics to cover within a single hour because there's just a ton of work that goes into the initial concept to debut. And I could spend a day on like a single thing like rigging or something. And I'm sure there are panels. I was looking at the schedule. There's a lot of panels that are like probably go way deep into that. So this panel is not part of that. But after trying to figure out how to like cram all of this in a way that's like sensible, I did the only thing that I could have, and I got frustrated and played Elden Ring for the entirety of my preparation. Really good game. I still haven't beat it, but highly recommend. But anyways, who am I? I am Sade, a tech-driven VTuber who debuted on April Fools of last year. A few months prior to my debut, like I was just a 2D fan artist. I thought that VTube was a website like YouTube, but it was like VTube.com or something. And my only experience in things with like video editing was like making really shitty AMVs in Windows Movie Maker. But from December to April, I decided to become a VTuber, and thus I embarked on a journey to learn everything there is to debut. And I also sort of made it a challenge to like keep the cost to a minimum, which is why I did things like I rigged my model within the free trial of Live2D. So here is sort of like a rough breakdown of the cost, which ended up about being like $25 give or take to debut. And I could argue that the 25 could have been like 15 had I not been lazy to play League all this time. But I'm like really addicted. So in any case, I started off with these two abominations in December and ended up with well, let's see. Where's it? Oh, okay. This is okay. I need to like do the. Where is it? Oh. Okay. Hold on. I need to change. Sorry. For all these, I have to like change the audio properties so you can hear. Here we go. Do you guys hear that? Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's not stuff that I had, like, some of it's debut, some of it's like throughout my year of VTubing and stuff, but those are really fun stuff to make. Anyways, why not spend money? And a lot of that is that I just spend a lot of money on Uber Eats, but so I'm sort of poor, but I guess the most important thing is that I'm really like spontaneous. So like sometimes I just have some really great idea like at the start of the day where I'm like, oh, I want to eat it like a sock or something. So the possibilities of my imagination are endless. But the only person that would reliably be able to put down like all their work and stuff and then to finish really dumb shitpost projects in an immediate turnaround is myself. So and then the only way that I could do that is if I actually like learn how to do everything myself. But yeah, as much as I meme about the pain and suffering of doing all of this, which I mean, it's a lot of pain and suffering. So I think it was worth. Like I think it was really worth. Like I started off not knowing anything except how to draw, and then like by the time that I debuted, I think I learned like a lot. Like, and I'm still learning like every time I stream or decided to do something. So I really think that sort of this zero cost VTubing or budget VTubing was pretty worth, you know. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. So what is this panel that I completely forgot? I'm going to talk a little bit about each topic related to the VTubing process and sort of explain like how I did them, and then talk a little bit about some like potential alternatives for those who don't have an art background but still wanting to get like started and stuff. Even if it's like you don't have as much like freedom without art experience, but I think that like VTubing has constantly been getting easier for people to get into, and there's been a lot of resources available. Oh, and then we're also going to quote unquote create a VTuber today without drawing or using any program that isn't free. Gonna be scuffed, but we're gonna do that today. But I am warning you, there is a lot to cover, and I am going to link a shit ton, so please take this. It is a document full of all the things that I'm going to be sourcing. I'm going to put a lot of links for easy access. There's like a Google Doc with all this stuff. If you want, you can take out your phones and take a picture of the QR code and also repost it at the end. But I guess for now, I'll give you some time. I can't really hear people, so I'm just gonna, I guess you have until this bird crosses the gap. Oh, sorry, wrong one, ignore. Okay, this one, this is the thing. And I also need to change the sound settings on that. Okay. Here we go. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Making the VTuber. So we have a little bit to talk about this. I'm not really going to go into the conceptualization because, I mean, that's like a whole other topic. But I do want to get a little bit into the planning first before we talk about the VTuber. And that's because I think planning is really important. And I want to be real with you. A lot of these programs like After Effects, Clip Studio Paint, Live 2D, they're all really freaking good, but they also cost money. So that's why I always go with the motto, free trial equals free program if you use it time wisely, which I think applies to like a lot of the trials. I mean, some of them are limited, but for these ones, they're not really limited. So yeah. In the case of me, I did have the Adobe Creative Cloud, so I had access to After Effects, and I'm cheating a little bit, and I also had Clip Studio Paint beforehand. So I'm a little bit of fraud, but for Live 2D, they did have a free trial, and I ended up rigging both this current model and then the troll model that you saw earlier in the debut, the MS Paint one, within like half the trial. So, but in order to make sure that you use the trials effectively, you really need to plan ahead. And not only for trials, but like sometimes I just think it helps to put some time and pressure on yourself to debut. One thing I often see is that people get stuck in like a pre-debut hell where they just like never debut. But And of course, everyone has like different reasons. But I mean, I'd say like maybe at least a small amount of people have anxiety when it comes to debuting, because I mean, a debut is like it's like a very important event, probably the most important event of like like in VTuber culture, unless there's like a 2.0 reveal or whatever. But people want it to be perfect, and it's really understandable. But you know, the problem is that it'll never be perfect, and there'll always be stuff. Like no matter how much prepared, there is always gonna be stuff. It's like a VTuber curse. So I mean, that's why sometimes you just gotta force yourself to go with what you have. So anyways, one of my favorite programs for planning is PureRef. It's free. Basically, you can just copy paste all your references and inspiration. In this case, like what you're seeing right here is a screenshot of my PureRef file, which sort of like embodies what things I wanted out of my character, my VTuber. So this is a godsend, and I use it like even for sketches and things. But yeah, it's sort of like Pinterest, but it's on your computer. What's really helpful too is that if you have multiple monitors, you can just sort of like block everything on your screen, so it looks like forces you to be productive. Highly recommend. But the other planning program I'll always recommend is OneNote. I hope I don't dox myself for this, because I just sort of took a picture of like what stuff is on my thing. But basically, because I was hard set on debuting on April Fool's and I started the project in December, I really needed to compile like a checklist of everything that I wanted to have by debut. So I used OneNote to do that, and as time got closer, I made like another checklist in which I separated everything by day and made sure I was doing something like constantly to meet the deadline, which is the checklist by day on the top. And the left one was like pretty much everything that I felt like I needed for debut. And I missed one thing. I wanted to do shower with money rigging, which never happened, but whatever. It's a pretty cool program, and if you feel like you want to like handwrite as well, like you can do that too. And it syncs up to your mobile devices in the cloud and whatnot, so you can access it anywhere. Very, very cool program, highly recommend. Okay, anyways, now for the fun part. This one's actually very short because I'm pretty sure people can there's panels for modeling, I think. But Slicey, I just use this Twitter post, which I have linked in the Google Docs. I just use that guide. It just talks about like the basics of like slicing your VTuber and separating the layers so that's easier to rig. But yeah, any links that I mentioned, like the things, you know, like a little Twitter thing, I'm just gonna put on the Google Doc. Yeah. Also, I think my Google Doc isn't like, totally forgot, but I think it's like 99% completed, so there might be some updates. Anyways, for the drawing aspect of it, I don't really have any advice. Art is pain, so you're just gonna have to suffer. Modeling programs though, so I used a Clip Studio Paint, and I always recommend it because for one, you have a 3-month free trial, and it's always on sale, like for pretty cheap. I think one of the favorite things about it is that it has a symmetry tool, which is really good for front face drawing, which is like a lot of VTuber models are. But like, let's just say that you've already used a free trial and you don't want to spend any money, then maybe Krita? Like, I can't say I used it, or like I use it regularly, but I did download it for the purpose of the panel, just to make sure like you can do things. And I mean, I made this, so I can assume that you can make a VTuber in it. But anyways, now that I had my VTuber, it was time to learn how to rig. So I watched a bunch of video tutorials, and namely Brian Sui, who some of you might know as like a super professional rigger. He's like the Iron Vertex guy, did Lily Pichu and Bao's and Vera's costumes, and you know, he did all the good work. So he had like a 29-hour workflow video that's like pretty helpful in like seeing how his brain works and how he decides to rig like certain things. But I think what's most important is the introduction to tools and technical concepts, which is sort of like you know, there's not much like rigging in it, but it definitely talks about a lot about the theory. And one of the greatest things about that is that it just helps you establish a strong foundation when you actually do rig your model, because the worst thing you want is like your model to be like spaghetti code, which is sort of why my mouth is really funky, not just because of the webcam, but because it's written on spaghetti code. The other one would be Kira Omori, VTuber. She's like a really popular tutorial series on how to rig, and I pretty much use that for like 80% of the things. And I'm sure that like there's probably more tutorials since then. It's been like a year. Lastly, I decided, like, I sort of was trying to figure out like what kind of range of movement I wanted with my rig, since like different VTubers have like different range of motions and stuff like that. But I really like Ollie's rig, so I would just go to a stream and take pictures of her at different angles, so I can sort of use a frame of reference. Sort of helpful if you aren't unsure. Let's see. Okay. So the program I use, Live2D, I'm sure everyone into rigging knows what this is, but they have a 42-day free trial, which in my opinion is ample time to rig like a basic model like mine. You know, not like Brian Sweet's work or anything, but something really simple. Yeah, I think you can do it. I think it took like 2 weeks, and half of it was to like figure out how to make my LED eye, which is the right side. There's a lot of keyframes. But anyways, enough about that. What if you have zero art experience? It's definitely a bit harder, but there's still options. The first common route, which I'm sure you all know, would be making a V-Roid. So a V-Roid are 3D models that are made via the V-Roid Studio program, which is free, and the program itself is pretty simple to use. It's pretty limited in what it offers, but there's a lot of nice presets, and some things are really customizable, like hair. For example, like on the right side, I just sort of like fooled around with the hair, and it's like, this is like a few minutes of work, but it's something I'm like, oh, this is a cool design, you know? So I'm sure with like more actual like effort, you can probably make some really cool stuff. I know that sometimes V-Roids have like a stigma because it's pretty obvious to tell if it's a V-Roid or not. They have like a very distinct mouth and smile, but it is still something, and honestly, I think it's a really neat program to be free. So, also there's a lot of free assets available to use. Booth.pm is a good source for textures and all that jazz. Speaking of Booth.pm, if you wanted to try out existing VTuber models, you can always opt to search there using any of the terms listed there. Essentially, you just have to make sure that they're free for commercial use. Because there are some models that the creators just don't want you to stream with. They're either used for like rigging practice or just personal use. So make sure that the creator is okay with it. And I'm going to stress that enough, especially if we're doing things for free, because we don't want to be stealing. Yeah. Oh, also what's really cool about BoothPM is that there's like a slider, like a little price slider, so you can just slide it all the way to zero, and that makes things easy, stuff like that. Cool. But in the event that you want a 2D, like a PNG tuber that you wanted like a little bit more like customization, I guess if I were to do that, I would probably go with a site like Picrew, which some of you might know of. This is a character maker site that like a lot of artists just like they make these like character customization things. They pretty much submit templates, and people can sort of like choose their own hairstyles, eyes, mouth, expression, and stuff like that. So the reason why I suggest this is not only is it easy to make, but you can also get an open mouth and closed mouth version of the PNG, which is great for VTubing when you start to use like Discord and Fuji Tech, which we'll talk about later. But again, I cannot stress this enough. Please make sure that they're free for commercial use and that they're okay with you using them as a VTuber model, because sometimes artists are okay with you using for like some commercial use, but aren't comfortable with using their art as a VTuber, since you're essentially taking their art and using it as your own brand and stuff. So please respect that. I'd say if you find an art that you like and the terms of service like doesn't specifically say it's okay to use it as a VTuber, then you should always just ask the artist, and you know, if worst comes to worst, they just say no and you move on to a different thing. But yes, just to stress it out, you know, make sure that they're free for commercial use. Okay, we don't want to be stealing, we don't want to be swiping. So here are a couple examples of things that you can make in P-Crew. I don't know, I just fooled around with some that were free for commercial use. In this panel specifically, we're going to be creating a PNG tuber using the right design by Mudokas, and I also asked Mudokas if it was okay to use her P-Crew as a PNG tuber example, and she was like not only okay with it, but she was also really nice about it, and she was like, oh, do you want the files, like so you could like rig it? Because I told her like, oh, I'm interested in rigging it, but then I played the like Elden Ring all once, so couldn't really do that. But she's also a VTuber too, so please give her a follow. We're going to be using the VTuber on the right. So, okay, now that we have an open mouth and closed mouth version, I combined them using Fugitext reactive browser source, which basically means that whenever my character, or whenever I speak, then they also speak. And we'll just call this guy OffKai Kun, or OK Kun, or Okun, I don't know. This will be a creation that we're going to run through with the rest of the event. But right now, it's sort of looking empty. We could technically VTube with just this, but like, we don't really stand out, and I can't even see his hair, so I guess first, let's start by doing backgrounds. So, I hate backgrounds. I want to be brief about this. The way that I made my background was using Blender, which is really weird. It's a very robust 3D modeling program that is free. It probably would have been much easier if I just painted it from scratch, but I suck at backgrounds, and art is hard and perspective is like really hard. So I just don't want to think, you know? So I basically what I did was I just modeled the bathroom. I copy pasted some real photos of my chair, and then I just painted over it in Photoshop. Also, I learned Blender by watching this guy and I made a donut. So if you're ever interested in learning Blender, just go to his video, because I don't know why, but it's like a super extensive tutorial about donuts, and once you learn that, you know Blender. So, but let's say you don't want to learn how to 3D model and make a background. Then I have a lazy option for you, and that's just putting filters on. So photo manipulation. For some other backgrounds, I'm just really lazy to make them. So I just copy pasted royalty-free photos, free for commercial use, and then I just added filters on filters until it looked like sort of cartoony and stuff. This is pretty much like what like old visual novels used to do, like way back then. So I just stole their tech, and yeah, whoops. Okay. Anyways, okay. So if you want like better quality, because I don't know, this is a little discount. So you can use existing pre-made backgrounds or overlay assets, because there's a lot that are listed and free to use, and catered towards VTubers too. So these are examples. Like I try to pick sort of like a variety of examples, but you just gotta search for them. I think that's like the hardest part. But for this case, I'm going to use Kyoso Movies, which is the top right one, and then now, if we put that, then our stream should look sort of like this. So now we're starting to get like some color and stuff. It's like nice animation stuff. But we can always add more, so we're going to talk a little bit about music. Okay, this is a little odd topic because I think like Chrome sort of so we don't or like yeah I didn't put music for this part, so you just have to just pretend the music's there. But basically, recently Twitch and YouTube has been cracking down on like DMCA stuff, which essentially means that you can get struck down for playing certain types of music, and it's pretty much important that you use like DMCA free tracks. I sort of cheat and live life on the edge, so I use video game OST. I don't recommend it because I've definitely been muted before, as you saw from the last screenshot, which I got appealed. But from my experience, video game music is mostly safe, especially the instrumental kind, versus like mainstream music and like even instrumental anime OCs. I've been struck for Ping Pong the animation, which I don't really consider like super mainstream. So yeah, use at your own risk. But if you want to be completely safe, there's some options for you. Actually, a lot. But first off, there's DMCA free playlists available on Spotify. The League of Legends Sessions by Sessions Diana, and they have like another DMCA free playlist that are available. I'm just listing off the stuff at the top of my head. The Stream Beats by Harris Holler, who's also a really like prolific streamer, and then No Copyright Sounds, NCS. So essentially these ones are like very lo-fi and EDM-ish, so if you're interested in that, that's always cool. If you like different variety, there's Dova Syndrome, Dova-S.jp, which is more royalty-free BGM. I would say that this site has a lot of variety, and from looking at it, there's a lot of music that feels more VTuber-ish in nature. The only problem is that it's a little hard to navigate that site, and so they also have a YouTube channel, which is like slightly better to navigate, but it is really good music, and it's all, you know, royalty free. But one thing I stumbled across recently was Utalai's Viso, which is an album with 60 loopable BGMs, and Utalai is like a group of like VTuber composers and stuff. So they're really very good VTuber music group, and they made this album specifically for VTubers to use. This is labeled Volume 1, by the way. I think it came out like in November or something, so it's sort of recently, and I'm expecting that there's going to be more in the future, so definitely check that out. There's a lot of great quality sounds. There's also some music I'll link in the doc. I've linked in the doc, but yeah, I think these three sort of cover like a good genre, good variety of VTuber stuff. But yeah, now that we have BGM, I also need to talk about like 20 other things. How much time do we have? Okay, we're to 105. Okay. I didn't prep to do this too much, so now I'm just gonna like, you know, speed run to some of it because there's too much. So yeah, everything else, starting with stingers. Okay, this is supposed to look a little bit smoother. I sort of like I made a GIF. I recorded GIFs on like a really bad computer, so now it's looking sort of like a slideshow. Unfortunately, just pretend that they're very smooth and really cool animations. But okay, for those who don't know, or maybe everyone knows, I feel like I'm just like a dum-dum didn't know this, but like stingers are the transition thing that like happens when you go from one scene to the next. And there's a lot of free resources out there, but I'll be mentioning two. Stream Scheme, which is a very useful YouTube channel if you're looking to get some tips on like how to stream or like how to build your audience and stuff. I used Stream Scheme and Harris Holler a lot for before I started streaming. But they made a bunch of transitions for you to use, and you do have to join their Discord to get them, but it's pretty worth. The second option is Spivuki? I never knew how to say their name, but they're a VTuber that makes stickers and other really cool stream assets for VTubers as well. Yeah, so overlays, panels, offline stream signs, starting screens, logos, fonts, 3D models, like everything else. and everything else that I talked about beforehand. There is a Discord called VTuber Assets, not made by me, by the way. This Discord is where you can find anything on, and this is also where I found like 70% of the free stuff that I listed. So in other words, I could have just told you to go here, and that would have been the end of it. But seriously, it is a community that seems to always be updating. So, and I just found this on Discord, so like, yeah, and I found this on Twitter, so it's really cool though. And with that, I'm actually going to complete OK-kun's like stuff. So I'm going to use these things. I'm going to use a stinger and some overlays and stuff, and going to end up with okay, that is too. Hold on. okay, this is slideshow. Hold on. I have a backup. Okay, here we go. There we go. That looks a lot smoother. And I'm able to change the colors a little bit too, because OBS has some really cool filters available. So I changed the filter, or the stream starting soon, from like red to green. There you have it. OK-kun is now an official VTuber. Okay. But this isn't it. This is not it. Okay. Let's. Because VTubers always like to do. They like to advertise themselves. They want to get people to get hyped about like their debut. So I guess the last topic that we're really going to talk about is about like what do you do to announce your VTuber. VTubers like to have the debut teasers and all that stuff. So to make things really spicy, you gotta do motion graphics, or MoGraph for short, which basically means like cool text animations, video effects, everything that makes a video look cool. And the way that I made mine, I paid for it. I just used Adobe After Effects, which is, I learned it from scratch, but it is a pay-to-play thing. And I watched a lot of tutorials, but more specifically, 80% of the things I watched were some by Sade films. And I guarantee you, if you watch their stuff, like and dissect like everything, you'll be able to dissect like 90% of like VTuber debut videos. Like especially when it comes to typography. Like I see the videos, I'm like, oh my god, they've also watched Sade films. It is such a good channel. But there are problems with After Effects. I mean, it is a great program, but it's not free. And even if you do have After Effects, a lot of the cool stuff requires plugins that cost like a ton of money. Like you can be spending like $300 per month for like a single plugin that you want to use for like 2 seconds, which not really feasible when you're just trying to make like a single video, right? So if you can't, I guess if you only have like, if you're using like the 7-day free trial, then just make sure that everything that you want to do can be done without plugins. But yeah, if you're interested in After Effects, there's just a lot of YouTube tutorials. That's pretty much all I did. If you can't afford After Effects, that sucks. But no, I was struggling a lot. I struggled a lot to find good alternatives. Because I even Googled it. I'm like, free alternatives to After Effects. And they were suggesting things like Blender, which, you know, as I said, is a 3D modeling program. And it is a very robust program. It can probably do everything, and it probably does certain things better, but it's hard. It's just way too much work for what you want to do, because, I mean, in the end, it is a 3D modeling program that you sort of have to, like, mesh into a video editing one. Then there's also HitFilm Express, which is a pretty awesome free video editing program, but the free version isn't as robust as After Effects, and yeah, there is a paid version, which is also very good from what I've heard. And then there's all of these, but to be honest, I'm too lazy to try, so, you know, I don't know, they're probably not as great as After Effects, but at this point, I was just like, okay, I think I'm just gonna take the L, and I'm just gonna say, you need After Effects. But then, I was recommended a browser site called Canva. And Canva is pretty cool. At first, I knew a bit about it because it was like a photo editor, which, by the way, has really nice filters and like you can make like really cool stuff. But then I saw that like my friend Rini Nikki actually made like a really neat stream schedule just off of Canva, and I mean using her own assets and stuff, but very, very cool. So I was like, I checked it out. I'm like, okay, can you do more than that? And sure, there is a paid version, but there's like a lot of options just for the free version. And I spent like 10 minutes on the free version, and I made this. Okay, wait, hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, wait, stop. Okay, hold on. There was supposed to be the sensor. Okay, let's do this again. There we go. Here we go. Anyways, so now we have a really hyped debut video. So okay, sort of scum, but I made it in like 10 minutes. I'm sure if you made something, you know, spent more than just 10 minutes, you could probably make something much cooler. But there is potential with Canva. So now, with that, I think we've completed the OK Kun arc. We have the stream ready. We have announced his debut. Now all he has to do is stream. But you know, that's up to him. But speaking of streaming, there's one last thing that I want to mention because it is a hot commodity, and that is the Stream Deck. And I just wanted to say, it is even that good. Granted, I use the Stream Deck, I have 2 of them and I love them, but there are free alternatives called Touch Portal and Leo board. And they do more than Stream Deck actually. Like, it's to the point where when I stream, I not only have Stream Deck, but I also have Touch Portal open because it just, it has some cool features like it registers like channel point redeems and all that cool stuff that you want on Twitch. I think what makes them really good is not only are they free, but they also update their features like somewhat frequently. They're very customizable, especially Leo and board. I haven't really toyed with that, but I've heard it's like even more customizable than Touch Portal. And of course, they're free, and you can make cool stuff like chat redeems for this. Oh wait. Oh my god. Wait, sorry, no sound. Okay, sorry. No sound. Anyways, Pip. Smiling friends.
I help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Okay. But anyways, sorry for all this stuff. We sort of sped run like the entire VTubing process, so like the TLDR is www.google.com. But now it's over, I just wanted to say congratulations. You made it to the end. And there's still a lot of people in the freaking conference, so I'm like, you guys are freaking bosses. I'm not sure if like anything was actually understandable. As far as I know, I've probably just been muted the entire time. But if you got like one piece of info from this, I mean, honestly, it just made the entire process of this panel worth. So thank you so much. Congratulations, and thank you so much for dealing with me. And the fact that you stayed here this long is also mind-blowing. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I guess in the words of my favorite Pekani. Oh wait, stop. Hold on. Hold on. I think I gotta change the audio again. Here we go. Okay, there we go.
Yay! Thank you so much for watching today, Diego! Kasi hindi siya mag-interrupt the screen!
Okay. Anyways, we have like, I think 15 minutes. Yeah, if there's any questions, I will unmute now, so. Yeah, and also, yeah, that's me. I have a Twitch, by the way. I have a Twitch. I draw free things for you every Saturday. Wait, I'm muting myself a little bit. Hold on, 1 second. I cannot stand hearing myself talk. But yes, as a reiteration, the QR code for the Google Docs link is below. I will be at the Vendors Hall booth C, which is Mofua Cafe, which is an awesome artist VTuber group. I'm very fortunate to be part of them. They're all really, really skilled and talented artists, and I'm just chilling there. I don't know if I'll be there like too long today because I haven't slept in like 2 days, so I might just like pass out. But I'll be there like for like at least the next like 30 minutes or an hour or something after this stream is done. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna work, but if anyone has any questions, either type in the OffKai Expo Discord or just raise your hand and then you can like come up. We have like 13 minutes. But if no one has any questions, does no one have any questions? Oh, okay, wait. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I didn't even see this. Holy crap, there's so many people. Okay, thank you for yelling at me. Okay. Favorite color? It has to be pink, as you can see. No, I mean, I think my favorite color is like gray. I know that like all my entire VTuber is like all black and stuff. I don't know, anything that's monochrome. My entire outfit collection is black, so. What motivated me to become a VTuber? I honestly like. I've always liked the idea of like VTubing when I actually found out what it was, because I've been VTubing before I even knew I was a VTuber, because I used to have like a little League of Legends art that would like a PNG tuber that would talk, and I really like that because I mean I don't want to show my face, man. I can't even look at my face, so I just like the idea of just being comfortable, being able to like interact with people without like actually looking at myself. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Sam, and everyone. Oh my God, thank you everyone for stopping by. How many bananas does it take to get to the moon? Wait, what kind of question is that? Wait, that's like that's like at least like 100 bananas or something. When will you stop playing League? I'll never stop playing League. Dude, League of Legends it's consumed me. But I freaking love it. I hate the game, but I can't stop playing. Any favorite streaming moments of my first year? That's really hard. I think the thing about me is that my favorite parts of streaming are when I spend like a lot of time to make something, and then my chat always goes like, well, what the hell is this, you know, like they're like very confused. If I see a lot of like question marks and stuff, I feel like happy because it's like they're really confused what they're watching, which is new, you know, like I like surprising the audience. So I think like some of my favorite things are like when I did like a Danganronpa parody, and there was like a little skit with like where they're trying to figure out who the culprit is, and then I just sort of like gaslit the audience and blamed them for being the culprit. So yeah. Do you have any advice for learning new program UI to find what you want to do? I guess for me, when I do like certain things, first of all I try to do things fast. So I'll learn all the shortcuts that I think that I need. Like for like painting or something, I'll do like, okay, what do I like to do? Like if I find myself spending like 5 seconds to do something like decrease the brush size or increase it, then I will make sure that I find the shortcuts in it, and then I put it onto keys that I like. So for example, when I draw, I put all the shortcuts that I want on Q, W, E, R, and D and F because I play League. So that way, when I can pretend I'm playing League, but I'm actually being productive. In terms of other UI, honestly, I feel like I don't understand like most UI, but yeah, I think just tutorials, like what you want is like a really lengthy tutorial. Like for example, like the Blender Guru guy, very, very useful for, like he talks in a lot of detail. So stuff like that, very, very nice. It's much better than just doing like how to do X without actually like understanding the theory behind it. What are the biggest influences to your overlay art styles? I don't even know. I just sort of like black, so I like dark colors, so I just put random stuff in, but I think there are like clean designs that I like when, of course, being a League of Legends person, when Riot Games has like a very cool like sleek design like Valorant, that's really, really cool. I like the Ollies, crazy Ollies overlay, which is really nice. So I like sort of like a mix between like very sleek and simple to sort of like colorful things. And I just try to like mesh it, but I don't know. How often did I die of Melania? I fought against Melania in a 24-hour stream, did not beat her, and then I spent another 5 or 6 hours on another stream, and that's not including the time that I spent practicing versus her, which is off screen. But yeah, Elden Ring's hard. What's your favorite item that gets thrown at you during streams? I want to say the GameCube, because I know that shit hurts. Thank you, Zebra. Oh my god, Zebra was here. Oh my god. Hello. Where is SaveBot? I don't know where SaveBot is. I sort of had to make. I was going to sneak into the room and then place like a SaveBot like on. I don't know. I don't really know how the layout looks like where the screen is, but I was gonna like put a little real life SaveBot. But then I thought that would be a little bit creepy. And I'm like already too awkward, so it's like, I don't know. I can't deal with public situations. I've been outside in like a year. Thanks for the super informative panel. Thank you, Moss. And of course, if there are any other questions, I'll be answering them like all weekend. And also, you can just message me on Twitter or something because there's a lot to this panel. What phone apps do you recommend for face tracking? So, okay, that is something that I don't know too much information about. I personally just use VTube Studio, and I use the iPhone because the iPhone, I think after iPhone 10 and up, I think have really, really good face tracking. But you know, not everyone has that, so sometimes you just gotta go with like webcam or something. Obviously today was a little scuffed with the webcam tracking, but it can still work, and honestly, VTube Studio and like all these other programs are getting better with the facial recognition. So sometimes you can just go with like a really cheap option or free option, and it'll like improve in the future. Custom cast? I've never heard of that. But yeah. Also, feel free to answer because I do not understand. I don't know some of these things. But yeah, I think is that all the questions? If so, did I even say? Oh my god, did I even wave to you guys? Look at I made it so whenever you press H, I wave. Which makes it Anyways. Oh, you have one more question? Okay. We're not gonna go yet. What is your question? Can you repeat everything? Okay. Alright guys, welcome to the Zero Cost VTubing panel. It's Sade Arabase. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys. Oh, whoops, I'm gonna go. Look at this. There are 70 panels, 80 panels. I did like half of this like yesterday. Flash on D or F? Always D. Did you know that if you put, I think it's F, teleport on F or something, you can like stack a single tier, but it like only works on F and not D. Why did you choose your name? That is a weird, okay, not a weird question, but that has a very weird origin. When I was younger, okay, because I used to go by Akira, but the name was taken when I was on this website, so I was like, okay, I want something like really edgy, so I was like, how about like sadistic with a K? And then my friend was like, maybe you just shouldn't, like, maybe you just don't. I was like, okay. So maybe I won't be sadistic with a K, but I'll be like Sade, you know? And that's how it came to be. FF stands for family friendly, which is what the stream was. Okay. I see like three people talking. So I'll wait for those. Final Fantasy said, okay, I actually got banned from an Animal Crossing server because I had FF in the name, and then they were like, oh, it stands for fuck's sake. And I'm like, no, what if I was just a really big Final Fantasy fan? Yeah, it was an unfortunate thing, the FFS thing, but I don't know, I just sort of deal with it. Anyways, it is approaching 1:30, so I'm probably going to end the panel. But again, thank you guys. I cannot stress enough how cool it is. I literally thought there was going to be like 2 people at this panel, and I know there would be 2 people because I would force them to go to the panel. But it turns out more than just those 2 people showed up, and I'm like, wait, that's so crazy. But thank you. Without further ado, just like how I end my streams, I'm gonna see you later. So, bye bye.